When the Son of Man comes in his glory, and all the angels with him, then he will sit on his glorious throne. Before him will be gathered all the nations, and he will separate them one from another as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. And he will place the sheep at his right hand, but the goats at his left. Then the king will say to those at his right, "Come, O blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me." Then the righteous will answer him, "Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you drink? When did we see you a stranger and welcome you, or naked and clothe you? And when did we see you sick or in prison and visit you?" And the king will answer them, "Truly I say to you, as you did it to the one of the least of my brethren, you did it to me." My name is Deacon Dave, and this scripture passage from St. Matthew is probably very familiar to most of us. You know, the idea that one day people will be gathered together and then separated, one, to the left and to the right of the king, can make us somewhat feel uncomfortable maybe. But it is perhaps the best passage in all of Scripture that teaches us what it means to be merciful. I saw a movie once called The Fourth Wise Man, and it's about this man who is a magi. And like the other three magi, he saw a star rising in the east. And so he wanted to go and pay homage to the newborn king in Bethlehem. And so he sells everything that he has, and he buys 3 precious gems. And then he sets out in order to give his treasure to the king. But he arrives in Bethlehem too late in order to see the baby Messiah. And he spends the rest of his life searching for him. Along the way, he encounters many people who are in need, and he slowly spends all of his wealth caring for all of them. He gives his first precious gem to a soldier in order to help a widow to protect her child. He sells off another one of his gems in order to buy supplies for those that he's caring for in a leper colony. And then he gives his final gem away in order to pay a ransom for a girl who's being sold into slavery. So for 30 years, he spends his life helping others as he searches for the Messiah. And then at the end, he's lying on the ground, he's old, he's dying, he doesn't have a single penny to his name. And it's then that he encounters the king. He hears the words of Jesus, the words that I spoke to you from Scripture. He hears Jesus say to him, "As you did to the least of these, my brethren, my brothers and my sisters, you did it to me." So this man found his happiness in serving others. And then he discovers that all along he was serving Christ. In this year of mercy that is instituted by Pope Francis, we begin our journey to find Jesus, who is the Christ. And so we ask the question, where do we look for him? We look for him in the hungry. We look for him in the thirsty, in those who are strangers, in the naked, the sick, the imprisoned. And it is through our acts of charity that we will find Jesus, because he surrounds himself with the poor. So December begins the year of mercy, and it is a month that's dedicated to the virtue of charity. My prayer for you and for your family is that this year of mercy will be a time of great grace, and that your life will be one of service. So may God bless you, and may God bless your family.